Hi everyone, it's Robin back again with so I'm gonna be washing my hair tonight. This it's later than I wanted it to be, and it's been a day today because Dolly Parton passed away. And so I feel like I've been a little distracted today. And yeah, and I'm a mess. So just a few words on Dolly. Should we all aspire to be a Dolly? You know? Yeah. Humble and kind. And giving. Loving. Definitely someone to pattern ourselves after. I know, about the parasocial relationships that we form with people. But when I think back over my life, there's not been a time when I don't remember Dolly. I always remember her and her music, and I remember when Dollywood opened. And yeah, so there's just remember when there was a trend where everybody was doing a mosaic of their life, and like, because this person affected me this way, I do this now. Because this person affected me this way, or they always did something that way, and I love them and respected them, I do it that way. So the people who we allow into our life to affect us cause us to have it's part of the mosaic of our life, like what makes us up. And Dolly was part of the mosaic of my life. In the background, but always there. And I kind of thought maybe she'd live to be, 100. Because she was kind of a tiny little tornado force of nature, and she deserved to live to be old. And but I've been trying to focus on that Dolly ran a long card race, and she's done. And she gets to rest now. And the echoes of her kindness and her goodness will continue on. The waves from the tossed pebble, the ripples, will continue on. Because she was that person. And she is with those she loves. So that's how I believe. That she's with Carl again, and her mom and dad. And it wasn't even too long ago, she was watching a video. It was an interview, I think she was in. Somebody had played a video of her and her mom and dad singing, and she teared up. Because we don't get over that, It's just something that you never get over it. It's always there, but we live with it and we keep going. So she's with them, and like that baby brother that she lost, like, she's finally getting to meet him. That's how I believe, I don't know how you believe, but if anybody deserves to have rest and peace, it's Dolly. She's earned it. And to be with the people that she missed and that her heart ached for and that she loved. And we will miss her. We will miss her because she's part of the mosaic of our lives. So, to go from that to, I'm going to do my hair, it seems kind of silly. So, yeah. I'm just thinking about it, so. Alright. So, I'm going to wash my hair. I'm going to use the same products I've been using. I'm not going to oil it tonight. I don't believe I have enough, and it's late, and I didn't mean for it to be this late when I done it, but like I said, this day has kind of gotten away from me because, well, that was a definite distraction, and it brought a sadness. So I'm just going to be using my Dove Daily Moisturizer. Let me grab them. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Dove Daily Moisture Shampoo. I'm going to use the Dove Intensive Repair Conditioner. I'm going to be using the Sol de Janeiro Leave-In Milky Conditioner. I'm going to be using the Featherlight Curl Cream Protein Cream. Curlsmith Protein Cream. The Weedad Advanced Climate Control Foam. And the Weedad Vita Curl Soft Defining Mousse. And then I'll top that off with the Dove oil, and then I will diffuse it. So this is day 5 hair. I'll try to do a split screen of it before, of my hair before, but you can see, I mean, it's super frizzy, but I didn't do anything to it today to try to tame the frizz. So it's super frizzy, it's lost, it's pretty wavy now. Let me just turn around. And the reason I waited till 5 days was because I wanted to do a video. So, without further ado, I'm going to get in the shower and get this done. Okay? Alright. Okay, so I've already applied all my products just to save time. I've used the Sol de Janeiro Milky Leave-In Conditioner, the Advanced Climate Control Foam by Weedad, the Curlsmith Featherlight Protein Cream, and the Weedad Vita Curl. Alright. Combed it through already a little with this comb brush. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the Tangle Teaser this time. Okay. So, sorry for showing you the top of my head. So, what products are you guys using? What is some of what you've been using this summer that has worked for you? And let me see. Get this one here. Okay. And what brush do you all do? Do you do like use a brush for your styling? Do you use finger curl? Do you use a wide tooth comb? Do you just scrunch and don't really use anything to define? I'll have to maybe do that one next time. I usually get a good bit of volume, but a lot more looser curls. Maybe that'll be the next thing. So with this, I'm just taking a section. They're a little bit thicker sections. I'm tired. And I wanted to get this done, of course, earlier. And then, like I said, thinking about Dolly. And anyway, I have trouble staying on task anyway. I am in perimenopause. And I do believe I have undiagnosed or self-diagnosed ADHD. And it's really been working on me. It's not an excuse. Like, it's real. It's real, guys. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow that I'm going to. So I would like my hair to look, you know, decent. And here is this one. Okay. I have another comb that's got like the pointy end, like my curl defining brush, but I don't know where it is right now, so we're just gonna use our fingers. Sometimes you have to use what you have where you're at the moment, and just make the best of it, right? I mean, I've seen people use the strainers or colanders for diffusers, and it seemed like it worked pretty good for them. I have thought about doing it, I just never have actually tested that theory. Let's see here. And there we go. And let's go here. Sometimes I feel like I have the most issues with these front pieces because when they decide to be wonky on you, it's noticeable. Other parts, not so much. Oh, and then my hands are sticky. I'm gonna take this, kind of make me a little part here. Okay. I think I'm going to finger curl some of these pieces, but I gotta get some of this sticky off first. Sorry for showing you the top of my head again. I'll get better at that, I promise. So yeah, I'm gonna just kind of go around and do some finger curling. Okay. Okay. A few over there. I like to do some of the crown pieces when I do finger curling. And I have to do it, like I see some people do it one way, and when I tried to do that, I felt like it pulled my curl out. Like they'll kind of hold the piece and then they wrap it and then let it go. But when I do that, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. When I do that, it just pulls the piece really straight. So I can't do that one. And I am taking some bigger pieces than smaller ones. Hair's got me. It's got me. Okay. And I'll come over here and do a few. Let's see. I'm trying to learn some editing things. I am not the best at editing. I have a story about that. So, when I was in the 7th grade, we had what they called back then round robin classes. And we would do like 9 weeks of a foreign language, which was French, when I was in 7th grade. 9 weeks of like gym, physical, PE or phys ed. 9 weeks of like music, which was those little like a flute, but not a what was it? What's it called? A recorder. And then 7th grade, 9 weeks of computer. But what it was, I guess now looking back, was like a type of computer programming where you had to type in rows and rows of numbers and letters and dashes and symbols. And if you did it all right, at the end, little chevrons were going to make a picture that said Merry Christmas across your screen, and a little dancing tree dancing to Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. Well, needless to say, with my ADHD, I couldn't focus on that, all that, and I'm not a good typer. I couldn't focus on that. My tree did not dance. It was like a bunch of glitchy things everywhere. So yeah, that's what I'm working with my computer skills. My children have showed me things, and I'm learning. But yeah, I'll never forget my tree just glitch. So yeah, so if you all will bear with me, I'm learning. Okay, so this is what I'm working with here. This side, this this side, and I'm going to turn around and show you guys. Hope that's getting it. Alright, and now I'm going to go diffuse, and I'll be back. Thank you. Hi guys. I don't know if I got it adjusted. Alright, okay, so here it is. Pretty sure it is dry. You could see these are the pieces like that I finger curled. Right? Yeah. So you could kind of see those. I don't have a super lot of volume here, but I always sleep with my hair in a pineapple, so it ends up voluminous up there. But here are my curls. And this was with the Tangled Teaser, so it gave me a little looser curl, because when I did my hair last week, it was pretty tight. I'm gonna show you. Sorry, I'm trying to get in the picture here. So here's from this side. There's the back. I don't know what it looks like because I haven't looked at the back, so I don't know if there's a lot of like separations up here, but something to work on if there is. So these are my results, wash day results. So this wash day probably won't last as long as the one where I used the curl defining brush, but we will see. I can update you. And then to finish things out, to separate the curls, I can use the Dove's oil. So I'll probably, which is just like 3 squirts. Rub it in really good and just kind of can go in and smooth the curls. Break them up more. It's good to have like an oil on your hands when you break them up, just to keep down like frizz. But remember, a little frizz is our friend. So where there's frizz, there is volume. Anyway, that's my little thing, but well, yeah. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I hope you like it. And I hope that tonight, when we're thinking about Dolly, and we think about how she touched the mosaic of our lives, because she did mine. I grew up with her in the background of my life. So I'm glad she gets to rest, because she was a really hard worker. And she's with her family again, the people she loved, that she's missed. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much. Have a good night.